Hello guys, welcome, and in this video of compound interest we will discuss questions based on in which compound interest is compounded quarterly or semi-annually. These kind of questions we will discuss in this video. Of course, I'll be teaching you using only shortcut tricks, and these questions are very important for your competitive exam. So let's start. A few things I'd like to tell you before I start solving questions. First, what is a quarter? You know, a quarter is duration of 3 months. What does this mean? It means if you have total of 6 months, so how many quarters are there in 6 months? So in 6 months there are first 3 months, then again 3 months. So we have 2 quarters in 6 months. Understand? In 9 months, how many quarters do we have? So you know that in 9 months we have 3 months plus 3 months plus 3 months. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter. So total we have 3 quarters in 9 months. Similarly, in 1 year, how many quarters do we have here? So in 1 year, because there are 12 months in 1 year, it means we have 4 quarters in 1 year. Is it fine? Now let's talk about half year. So you have half year. So what does a half year mean? It means a 6 months duration. It means if a total time is given 1 year, so how many 6 months do we have in 1 year? So the answer is 2. There are 2 6 months. 2 6 months in 1 year. If you have given 18 months, so how many 6 months are there in 18 months? So 3 half years. Total 3 half years are there in 18 months, because 1 half year is equal to 6 months. So we have 6 plus 6 plus 6, that is 18. Is it clear to you? Now second thing, whenever a rate is given in per annum, so if quarterly is given, if it is compounded quarterly, then you should divide rate by 4, and if it is given half yearly, then you should divide rate by 2. Always keep in mind the reason, because in 1 year there are 4 half years, and here in 1 year there are 4 quarters, and in 1 year there are 2 half years. So keep this thing in mind, and we will use these things in upcoming questions. Now first question, and as always we will start it by taking rate. So rate is 20%, and 20% is equivalent to 1 upon 5. First thing, now since it is compounded quarterly, so we have to divide this rate by 4, and it will be 1 upon 20. 5 4s are 20, that's why. Now we will add this, and this is 21. This is a shortcut technique to find out compound interest. Okay, so we add this 1 to it. So we assume that this 20 is principal, this 1 is interest, and this is the amount you get in the end of the period, in the end of the duration. Now you deposit 20 rupees, but you get 21 rupees in the end. This is for the first quarter. Now come to the second quarter, again 20 and becomes 21, and come to third quarter, so we have 20 and 21. Now because we have total 9 months, in 9 months we have 3 quarters, so we will stop here, because in 9 months we have 3 quarters. Okay, now multiply. So after multiplying, it will be 8000, and it is 21 into 21 into 21. If you multiply, you will get 9261. Is it fine so far? So means if you deposit this much money, you get this much money as amount in the end. But how much money did you deposit? You actually deposited how much? 16,000, and it is 2 times. Similarly, we will multiply it by 2, and it is 2 2 5 18. Understand? So 2 1s are 2, 2 6 are 12, 1 2 are 4 5 18. What does this mean? Means you had deposited this much money and you received this much money, but in the question we have to find only interest, but this is amount, so we will subtract, and we have, okay, I'm subtracting it. Okay, 16,000. So it is 2 2 5 and 2. So this is our answer, 2522. This much money you receive in the end. Is it clear? Is each and every step clear to you? Now come to the second question. In second question, this much money you deposit, and this is a rate for 1 year and it is compounded half yearly. We have to find compound interest. Okay, first thing, rate is 12.5%, and you know it is equivalent to 1 upon 8. Okay, if you simplify, 12 to is 24, 25 upon 2, or because of this percent, 2 zeros will come in the denominator, and after simplifying you will get this. You should know that. Okay, you should know that this percent is equal to this fraction. Okay, you should keep in mind. Now since it is half yearly, so we have to divide it by 2, and we get 1 upon 16. And you know the next step, we add this, and this is 17. So you deposit 16 rupees, you receive 17 rupees in 1/2 year. Okay, but the thing is that how many half years do you have here? Because total time is 1 year, so we have 2 half years. So we will repeat this process for the second half year. Now after multiplying, you know 16 into 16 is 256, 17 into 17 is 289. So you deposit this much money and you receive this much money in the end. But what you had actually deposited, you had deposited 5120, which is how much? How many times? 20 times. So similarly we will multiply it by 20, and 0, 8, 9, 5. This is the amount. Okay, so what will be the compound interest? We have to subtract these two figures. 5980 minus 5120, and it is 0, 6, 8, and this is our answer. Is it fine? Okay, now let's go to the third question. What sum of money amounts to this in 1 year at this rate, compounded semi-annually? Now here, pay attention. Rate is 10%. You know 10% is equal to 1 upon 10. But since it is semi-annually, means half yearly, so we have to divide it by 2. Keep in mind, semi-annually is half yearly. Okay. Okay, after dividing it by 2, we get 1 upon 20. And if you add this, so we get 21. So it is 21 upon 20. Is it fine? So far, is it clear? It means you deposit 20 rupees and you receive 21 rupees after some time. After means the time is 6 months. Okay, because it is compounded semi-annually. But how many 6 months do we have here? Since total time is 1 year, so we have another 6 months coming up. So it is 2021. Okay. Now if you multiply, this is 400 and this is 441. What does this mean? It means if you deposit this much money, you receive this much money after 1 year. But what do you receive? You receive actually 4410, and you know this is just 10 times. It means what you had deposited, that was also 10 times. So this is our answer. It means you had deposited 4,000 rupees. This is our answer. Okay, what sum of money amounts to? So this sum of money amounts to this. Now we have final question. What sum of money will give a compound interest of this in 6 months at this rate, compounded quarterly? Now first, as always, we will write the rate, and that is 33, 1 upon 3%, and you know it is equivalent to 1 upon 3. Since it is compounded quarterly, we should divide it by 4, and what we get? 1 upon 12. Okay, now as always, we will add this one to it and this. It means you deposit 12 rupees and you receive 13 rupees in how much time? In 1 quarter. Total time is 6 months. So how many quarters are there in 6 months? 2 quarters, because quarter is of 3 months. So in 6 months there are 2 quarters. Okay. So this happened in the first quarter, and again I will repeat the process for the second quarter, and this is in the second quarter. So this is 144 and 169. Okay, now this is the money you had deposited. This is the money you received after some time, after 6 months. Okay, in the end. And in this process, what is your interest? The compound interest, and that is, if you subtract, this is 25. It means you received 25 rupees as compound interest if you had deposited this much money in the bank. But the thing is that you did not receive this much money. How much did you receive? If you multiply, okay, you received actually 50 rupees. Understand in the question. So it is actually just twice of 25. It means what you had deposited was also 2 times, and that is 288. This is our final answer. Okay, is it clear? So if you have still any doubt, just write your doubt in the comment box and I'll be happy to answer, to solve your queries. And thank you so much for watching this video. Take care.